Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. I am Wasim Anwar from Lahore, Pakistan. We are yet again back with an exciting and informative series of interviews, starting with one of the most dynamic, handsome men in Onpassive, who look like Hollywood hero, and most important, we always see a very pleasant smile in his face. You all must have seen him on webinars and events, especially a recent awesome event he conducted in UK. I will must also discuss about that event with him. A man who possesses ample knowledge and carry a vision of bringing a change in the lives of people. One thing I most like about him, he's very humble and always responds of any query very politely. He's known by Mr. Q&A on passive. His leadership council from United Kingdom. We are lucky enough to get his learning and experiences. He's none other than Mr. Richard Redfern from UK. Sir, we cordially welcome. You are here.
Thank you so much, Wasim. Good to be here, and in the presence of some great leaders as well from Pakistan. You really are doing a great job heading them all up there, and it's a privilege to be here, and hopefully I will do you proud.
Sir, I would like to appreciate you whenever I see you in different webinars and interviews. You are always with your family. You have equally divided your time, not only for the Onpassive, but also for the family. We always see your lovely wife, Jane ma'am. So we like to see this. This is very positive aspect of your life. I love it. And other important aspect which I would like to mention, you always bears a very good patience, especially question answer session. Listening is an art. Everybody can't listen at the time, but you listen the founders very attentively and carefully, and you answer them in very loving way. I really love it, sir.
Thank you so much. They say that the best speakers are the ones that say the least. And part of that knack is to listen to what other people have got to say. And I'm always very mindful of other people's opinions, what they have to say. And even if the questions are repetitive, it takes no effort and no time to be respectful to other people and what they're asking. I do try my hardest to understand that when people are asking questions, for them, it's the first time. So I do give it my best attention to make sure that I am polite, courteous, and above all, answer the question with honesty. One thing's for sure, if I don't know, I will always say I don't know. As far as my family is concerned, I'm lucky in the aspect that my two children, Philippa and Claire, have left home now and they've got their own lives. We have two grandchildren. And I do try and spend as much time as I possibly can with them. And obviously, you know, I do like to spend as much time as possible with Onpassive, but family is always first. And that is the bottom line for me. If there is a family occasion, then I will be going to that rather than doing something with Onpassive, because at the end of the day, isn't this why we are doing Onpassive? We are in Onpassive to make our lives better for ourselves and our families. So it's important as well not to disregard your families whilst you are building the Onpassive empire for yourself. And luckily, I have Jane, my wife, alongside me. She's becoming much more prominent now, and that's her wish. That's something she wants to do. We have a Monday, in fact, we just came off it now, where we have a bit of a Q&A, Monday Fun Day with Red and Jane, to get to know us a little bit more. It's not going to be forever, maybe a couple more weeks, but we want to do this so that you see the real us, as they say in England, warts and all. You know, I think it's very important to be transparent in any business that you are doing, and part of the transparency is answering questions about us.
Great, sir. Great, sir. You both look beautiful together, sir. We love you, sir. First of all, sir, I want to know your actual name. Sometime we see that your name Redfern in back of is Richard Redfern. So I want to know your actual name.
Okay, that's a good question, actually. My real name, my birth name is Richard Redfern. But since I was probably about 3, I've been called Red. And that comes obviously from my surname, Redfern. And it's a nickname I've had all through my childhood, all through my army days and beyond. The reason that it's Richard in the back office
So,
is because, as we all know, part of the account and the NDAs and moving forward to do the KYC, it has to have your legal name on it. So that's why, as far as my account is concerned, it will say Richard. But I answer to most things, to be honest. Redfern is my preferred title. But if you want to call me Richard, you have to say it in quite a stern voice, because the only people that call me Richard is my parents, and when they do, I know I'm in trouble. So
sir, your
that's
both
that's
name beautiful, sir. Your both name
thank
beautiful,
you.
sir. Sir, we see that two countries name with the UK and Ireland. Basically, originally from where we from, or UK or Ireland?
No, I'm originally from the UK. The reason we have UK and Ireland is because the United Kingdom, okay, is the collective of Great Britain, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. Okay, that's the United Kingdom, but also Ireland itself is its own country. And the reason we say UK and Ireland is because we're next door to each other. We're the same language speaking countries, and we want to combine the two countries together as far as building Onpassive. And that's why we have our Facebook page called UK and Ireland.
Great, great, sir. Sir, would you like to introduce yourself? Where have you been working throughout these years? What is your expertise? You told a little bit about you belong from army background, but we want to know from you.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I was raised with my parents in the hospitality trade. We had pubs and restaurants, and when I was 16, there's a trade show in London called Hotel Olympia, and in the early 80s, which it was in fact late 70s, this is where, if you're in the hospitality trade, you went to buy things, meet other people who are in the trade. And every year I used to go with my parents. And the one year I went just with my dad, and it was at the time when I just left school, and I was looking around to see what I was going to do next. I was attending college to do some extracurricular activities, and my dad had gone off to see some friends, and I sat and watched a competition. And this competition lasted about an hour and a half, and it turned out that a guy from the Army Catering Corps won it. And I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool. I could actually do that. I've always been good at art, and not too bad at cooking as well. My parents are very good cooks. So when we both left that, I said to my dad, he's Army as well, and my grandfather was Army. My father was a captain in the REME, and my grandfather was a full colonel. He did the whole of the North Africa campaign in World War II, and he was away from my parents for, I think, 8.5 years in total. So during the time apart, my dad was growing up. He never saw his dad for 8.5 years, from the age of, I think, 12 through to his late teens. Anyway, I said to my dad that I want to join the army. And so I went to selection at Colchester, and that was a 3-day selection. And I passed that with flying colours, and I could have joined anything, but I wanted to join the catering corps, which I got into. And then 2 years later, I ended up doing the same competition as the one I watched when I first had the idea of joining, and I won the gold medal, the same as that Army chef did. And then I did 10 years in the Army Catering Corps, doing various roles, instructing, teaching. I left that, went back to my parents' hotel, where I worked for 6 years. I was also a retained fireman in our village for that period of time as well. And then with Jane, we took over our own pub in a place called Clifton upon Team, and we were there for 6 years. And then we left there and we went and ran at a Masonic Hall of all places, and we were there 11 years. And then we moved over to Spain, and we had our own business over there for another 11 years. We sold that last year, and we just come back to the UK. So that, in a nutshell, is my working career. And at the moment, I am full-time with Onpassive, doing what I do.
Great, sir. Great, sir. Sir, me too, from Forces family. My father was in Air Force. He's retired from Air Force. And my brother-in-law is retired from Army Colonel. So currently I'm living in Army area in Lahore, Pakistan. Great, sir. Sir, as we all are aware of the amount of founders we have in Onpassive right now, among all you have got the opportunity to witness the process of revolutionary company and how Mr. Ash is working tirelessly to practically implement his vision. We would like to know about your journey with Onpassive, including when and how did you join, how it has changed your personal and professional life.
That's a good question. I joined in September of 2018. I think when I joined, there was around about 2,500 founders, something like that. I came across Onpassive through a friend of mine called Derek Bentner, who we had worked with online, myself and Peter Rogers, in other projects. And in those days, Onpassive was just going to be a very simple marketing platform for people who marketed online. I was actively looking for a company that was selling products rather than hopes and dreams. And Onpassive really did spark an interest in me. It really did tweak something, and especially when I heard the 2 audio videos of Ash Mufareh, I was pretty much hooked. It was very new, revolutionary. I felt very at ease listening to him, trusted his words, and to this day he has said what he's going to do. There's been nothing from those audio videos back in 2018 that haven't come to fruition now. Has it changed my life? Yeah, certainly has. I've never been this guy that you see now in front of you. For me to come out of my comfort zone and to do the amount of interviews, webinars, lives, all of these things that I do on a regular basis now. I was the same as most people are when they start talking on camera, hated listening to myself, hated looking at myself. I was very critical. I was very nervous, falling over myself all the time. Things weren't flowing or anything like that. But as they say, practice makes perfect. Has it made me a better person? Yeah, absolutely damn right it has. We were taught a long time ago from some gurus, I'll say in inverted commas, that to be successful online, you have to be this certain type of person. You have to learn to use certain types of phrases and words and express yourself in certain ways. What I've loved about Onpassive is that our CEO has actively encouraged us as to be individual, to be ourselves. And when I say warts and all, I mean just be who we are. I fully understand that everybody is not going to like me, and that's absolutely fine. I am not here for everybody to like me. I'm here for the ones that do like me to know that I am always going to be honest with them for what I think and believe, and that is what I am. I am myself. If you ever meet me in person, and I'm sure people who are watching this now, they will concur with what I am saying, that the ones who have met me in person say I'm exactly the same. There is no difference. There is no persona. There is no shield that I put around myself that I'm a different person off screen. to who I am live. I am exactly the same person. And this is why, if you are like that when you are on camera and doing lives, then you haven't got to worry about anything, because you're not tripping up on yourself and all the rest of it. As they say, it's very easy to tell a story if you are telling the truth, because you do not have to remember anything, because it becomes very natural. If you're a liar, you have to have a very good memory.
Great, sir. Great, sir. Sir, great journey, sir. You have, sir. How do you see Onpassive now? How is it going to impact the lives of founders, customers, and business all around the world?
Good question. I've always maintained and said exactly the same thing here. There's a couple of parts to this, and I'll just start with the one bit is I've always thought, and I think it's going to be more true than we envisage it will be true, that Onpassive will make the greatest difference to the poorest countries. And that is the likes of India, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, Asia, all of these countries that the minimum wage is very low. The thing with Onpassive is it is a very level playing field. Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter anything, your knowledge base, anything like this. Every single person who is in Onpassive has an equal opportunity, regardless of color, creed, skill set, all of the rest of it. Everyone has exactly the same opportunity. And this is why, for me, it is going to make such a big difference to a country like Pakistan, for instance. You know, $100 a week coming into a family organization is going to make a massive deal to you guys. $100 coming into a family in the United States isn't going to make a big deal, but it does in the poorer countries. And this is why I certainly believe that Onpassive is going to revolutionize and change so many countries around the globe. I think it's a great thing to do as far as businesses is concerned. We haven't seen anything yet, right? Don't forget, we are in the stage of launching to the world as a customer-based business. Companies are going to flock to us for one reason only, that they will want to use our products, because companies, at the end of the day, they all have fixed costs. So that's lighting, heating, rent, paying wages. All of these are fixed costs. One of the fixed costs they have is their advertising budgets, the products that they use for their running their businesses. Onpassive has many of the products that companies use right now to operate their company. If they can find a cheaper way of doing that, that is better than what they are using right now, then it's going to be an absolute no-brainer for them to change over to Onpassive, because it makes economic sense to that company to do it. As soon as that starts happening, the ripple effect will go out there, and we will be seeing not only a lot of customers using and buying our products and services, but also a hell of a lot of businesses as well.
Great, sir. Great, sir. Sir, currently you are doing a successful show with Marty DeGormo, sir, and Chris Johnson, sir, Onpassive 360. Initially, you started with 2.5 Men. I want to know about the story behind the name of 2.5 Men and why you changed the name Onpassive 360.
Okay, good plan. Everything to do with what you do online, okay, has a shelf life. Okay, you know, if you do the same thing time and time and time and time again, people get bored naturally. You know, it's not that it doesn't work, it's just that people move on to something else. We decided to do 2.5 Men at the beginning because I'm doing lives, Marty's doing lives, and Chris is doing lives, and it is, at the end of the day, quite a lot of work and struggle every day to do it. So we decided to reduce our workload. We know each other anyway. Marty's in my team, Chris is part of Marty. You know, we're all one family anyway. So we said, why not come together? We can have a bit of fun, bring a different angle to you guys, discuss things in a much more open format live, to give you guys something different. So we came up with 2.5 Men, and that's basically because Chris is just a joker anyway, as we all know. So he wasn't a full man, he's only the half, you see. So we started calling it 2.5 Men. Anyway, why is it being changed to Onpassive 360? And that is because Marty and Ash Mufareh had a discussion, and he really liked our format with us three. As you well know, he'd been on when it was 2.5 Men a couple of times, and he really liked the format. And Ash wanted to use our platform of Onpassive 360 as a way of keeping you guys up to date with information that is public, not for founders only. And what he wanted was a better name for that platform, because 2.5 Men was a bit jokey, it wasn't quite serious enough, and really didn't fit the whole ethos of what Onpassive is all about. So me, Marty, and Chris got together, and we were talking about what could we call ourselves, you know, because Ash wanted a name change on it and all the rest of it. And it was Chris Johnson who came up with the name of Onpassive 360. Why? Because the world is a circle. It's 360 degrees, and we cover the whole of the globe. And this is where Onpassive 360 name came from, of us covering everyone around the globe. And as you well know, it is a platform that Ash Mufareh likes coming onto, and we try and give you guys as much information as we possibly can, which we're allowed to do in that format. It's specifically aimed at the public domain as opposed to the foundership domain.
You all look awesome together. I love this combination. Marty seems to be a very serious man, and Chris Johnson opposite. He always tell the jokes and something, and great combination. That's why we like your show, and you are doing best job, sir. Sir, we all know about our genius CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, the mastermind of this project. So we want to know about your opinion. We want to know your opinion about Mr. Ash Mufareh. How do you see him?
Okay, I obviously I knew Ash from the very, very early days, and when I first joined, we didn't even have a name. It wasn't even called Onpassive, and the way that it worked in those days was if we had a new founder, we actually had to either physically ring him or text him, and it all went on a spreadsheet. I've always found him a bit like the mad scientist, a genius. We come across people in his domain once every 20, 30 years. You will see a person appear who completely breaks the mold of what we think of people. He's extremely intelligent. He is extremely wary of how he is around people. Some people like him do struggle socially because they are engrossed so much in their workplace that being socially interactive around other people is a trait that they lack. Ash has got a very, very dry sense of humor. He does like laughing. He does like joking. He loves his food, loves his family with a passion. Everything that he does revolves around his family. But one thing he has got a passion for is change. And this is his biggest driving force, is what he is trying to achieve. And that is to change us as individuals, human beings, people around us, and all the rest of it. I have never come across a guy who has gone so far under duress, pressures, having to take the flak that he does for somebody else, right? Most CEOs or owners of companies that are trying to get off the ground have monetary values at the heart of what they are doing. They are driven by making money. His driving force has been completely changed. It's nothing to do with the money. It is all to do about changing us, changing things, changing society, changing how we think, how we do business, how people earn money in a legal, legitimate, fair way. And I admire this man so much because of this, that I feel extremely privileged to be part of this journey with him, and at an elevated level, you know, alongside him as a partner. We are all partners at the end of the day as a founder in Onpassive, and it is a privilege that most people overlook. One that I take very seriously, one that I will protect as much as I possibly can. And I have been the brunt of many people out there in the internet world, as you probably well know, in videos and comments and all the rest of it. But for me, it's water off a duck's back. I actually don't care what people might say about me, what they think about me. I know in my heart that what I am doing is the right thing to do. If they don't see that or they don't believe, then that's on them and it's not on me. But as far as Ashmi Farah is concerned, what a guy. And I would quite literally follow him anywhere.
Great, sir. Sir, you are right, sir. As per my opinion, although no doubt Mr. Ashmi Farah qualified, experienced and genius, but I never seen a CEO who talk about others and mutual benefit. When Onpassive started, we are paying $97. Many things added in Onpassive, but our initial price of founder didn't increase. So, and he's very transparent family man, friendly, and we recently he talk about global leader criteria. We can see his thinking, how the leader will choose, not like other companies, the big team, big leader. So he will see the positivity. Sir, there are around negativity in Onpassive. We see many negative messages. So how can avoid the negativity from us, and how we can be part of positivity? So
how do the way I look at the negative comments that are around at the moment is very easy. For me, this is going to be free advertising down the road. All these people that have been negative right now, aren't they going to look stupid? You know, when we say and do what we've been saying we're going to be doing over the last 4 years comes to fruition, is it going to be me who's going to be wrong, or is it going to be them that are going to be wrong? And if people are looking at these negative comments when we are launched and we are as successful as we say we're going to be, then who are they going to believe? They're going to believe me, you, and the rest of the foundership, and especially Ashmi Farah. To deal with them, the easiest way is to ignore, because they're not going to stop us. They're not going to change how we are. I think when it becomes a point of defamation of character, when it becomes individual hate speech, then I know that the legal department within Onpassive will be dealing with these people, and there is a team in place right now, and I encourage any founder who sees anything of that nature around to report them to legal in Onpassive. Why shouldn't we not protect our business as a legal, legitimate company? Why should we not go after these people in the legal manner if they are saying things that are defamation of character, whether it be to myself, our CEO, his family, or even the company? We have the right to do that. And if you see anybody using this type of terminology, then they should be reported. As far as negativity is concerned, you're always going to get it. You probably still will get it about Amazon. You'll still get it against Microsoft and Apple and all of these major companies. You will see negativity being spoken about these companies, but it doesn't change them as a company for what they have achieved. And exactly the same will happen with Onpassive. So try not to get involved with it. Carry on doing what you're doing and let them deal with their negativity in their own time.
Great, sir. Great, sir. Sir, Mr. Ashmufara told multiple times Onpassive will give the value to customers and founders. Unfortunately, the previous companies could not give us. So can you elaborate this?
Oh yeah, value is a very easy terminology to explain. Value means when the person who is looking at either purchasing or using a product, they are simply looking at what can I get that is better than what I'm already using. We do it on a daily basis. When you go shopping, you go to the market, you go to a store, wherever you go, and you're going down the aisle, you have your normal weekly shop. And for instance, if you're looking at potato chips, they've got 2-for-1 offer. You're going to pick them up, aren't you? Because you buy them anyway. 2 for 1. What a bargain. I'm getting 2 for the price of 1. Value is it. That is what value is at its raw core. With Onpassive products and services, we are offering them a better product that has more in it than what that person is already using right now. We're not out to put anybody out of business, but we are out to get market share of these other companies. And the consumer will naturally be drawn to us as a company because we are giving them a lot more than their present company or provider is offering. Now, remember, don't forget, a lot of our products are going to be free usage. We've already been told Omail is going to be free to be used, but it's going to be far more involved with it than Gmail is now, or Yahoo, or Hotmail, or any of these other providers out there. We are giving so much more in that one client, that one email product, than is already there. That is what value is all about. But the main importance is once that person has come to Onpassive, there is only one way that they can come, whether it's as a free user, whether it's as a paid user, they have to come through a founder at the beginning. This is why I continually say how important that founder's position is. Obviously, resellers down the lines, they will have the same benefits, etc. But they're not going to be first. We are the first, and we are the ones that are going to benefit the most from what our CEO has put together. It's genius, never been done before, completely flipped on its head of how to do marketing and business on the internet.
Excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. Sir, next question is, what is the role of artificial intelligence in the products of Onpassive? How do you see AI marketing and impact on the overall structure of the digital products?
AI is a very simple theory, really. Artificial intelligence, basically, it is doing a job through mathematics. Okay, so artificial intelligence is basically lots and lots of numbers. And what a computer does is it analyzes those numbers, doesn't get it wrong, continually analyzing. The beauty about AI, as far as products is concerned, is if you have machine learning, which is basically the computer analyzing data, and if it has been told how to analyze this data, make it better, to tweak it, okay, that is how it learns. This is what machine learning is all about. If you have that integrated into your products and services at its core, which we have because it's been built there, then it's taking out any of the errors that human beings might make. And it happens on a regular basis. So artificial intelligence is going to be a massive game changer in the future as far as companies is concerned. In fact, they are falling over themselves to be able to have it integrated into them at the moment, but because they've already got that product out in the general public space, it means they've got to completely rewrite all of this data, relaunch it, and then it's got to make sure it works. With Onpassive, because we've built it from the ground up, integrated and all the rest of it, then we know that it works from day one. We know that our customers are going to love it, and then we are just going to push on from there rather than having to come back and revisit it. So yes, it's important. Yes, it gets rid of any errors, but it's also important for companies because it is going to be the way forward.
Sir, what is your favorite product in Onpassive?
Well, I can't really answer that because I haven't seen them. But I've always maintained the same one here is I believe that the biggest product that we have as far as popularity is going to be OConnect. That's my guess. But it's always going to be the consumer that drives the popularity of anything. We've seen viral effects happening many times on the internet. Happened with Instagram, happened with WhatsApp. It happened with the iPhone. You know, all of these things happened through viral effects from TikTok, another one, from the consumer getting hold of it. Now, this might happen with one of the products of Onpassive. The kids might get hold of it, absolutely run with it, and it becomes a viral product. For me, I think it's going to be OConnect because of the versatility and what it's bringing to the table. No other company is coming close to what OConnect is going to offer us. So I think just that thing alone is going to really revolutionize how we do what we're doing now, to be honest.
99% guests give the name OConnect and Ocademy. So, sir, one more product, important product is OBLESS. How OBLESS can impact on human life?
As far as OBLESS is concerned, we are already using platforms that are very similar, and crowdfunding is nothing new. OBLESS is predominantly crowdfunding. Okay, it is any cause that is out there that people need to raise money for. There is many charitable organizations that do it right now. Just Giving for one. What are the ones, Jane? Crowdfunding. Me, you know, all these. But the difference with these and what OBLESS is going to be is, number one is we don't take any commissions to operate the OBLESS service. Completely 100% funded by Onpassive. That means any organization who is raising money for whatever cause it may be, okay, they can do it knowing that 100% of that money is going to go to that cause. There's no middleman. There is no CEO taking his 25% or whatever it may be that all these charities do. Now, Ashmi Farah always brought a very, very good point out once about OBLESS and all of the others. He said, when a charity becomes a business, then it's not a charity anymore. You know, because it's become a business, it's become a way of making money. And it completely gets away from the whole purpose of what they have set out to do. OBLESS is purely and simply a platform to gain awareness and raise money for what is going around. We know that there's going to be almost a hotline for something that bad happens, like a tsunami or earthquakes or whatever it may be, that we need to raise money quickly to get it to the aid of the places that need to go to. You know, there's going to be a lot of the red tape that is involved around the old systems gone with OBLESS. And I really think it's going to be not only very good from us as founders, because we want to be able to give back, but I also think that as far as the humanitarian side of it, from everyone else around the world, is they want to have a place where they know that that money is going to go where they think it's going to go. How many times do you see something on Facebook that someone's raising money for something or whatever it may be, and you think, well, I'm not quite sure if the money's actually going to them or they're doing it for themselves or whatever it may be. With Obless, you know 100% that whatever is being raised is going to be going to whatever they say it's going to be, because it's been set up so that the reciprocant, the person or the organization that you are raising for, gets all that money.
That's great, sir. Sir, that's why we say Mr. Ash Mufara is genius. No doubt, Obless is not like other crowdfunding platform. Sir, my next question is, we all have seen the massive marketing campaign ran in Dubai and on Burj Khalifa. What do you think about the impact it has left on overall standing of Onpassive? And did you feel any kind of change in terms of people coming and asking about the company?
My understanding and belief of the marketing campaign in Dubai was it was sending out a statement, a message to everyone else in the world that this is who we are, this is what we're going to do, and we are just about ready to launch to the world. This is, come and have a look at us. We're sending out that statement that we are no small fry. We are not a company that can be dismissed. We are not people that can be bought out, and we are certainly not people that can be swept aside. This is my understanding as far as what I believe that Ash Mufara was trying to achieve. There was also the real marketing strategy behind it, and that was to blanket market the whole of Dubai on the billboards that continually going still now, by the way. The Burj Khalifa, every single time that went on, there was at least 50,000 people taking pictures. The media were there. All of this filters back down through. Dubai is the playground of the rich and famous. And who are the rich and famous? They're predominantly people who have very successful businesses or people who have a lot of money. These people look, whether they think they look or don't look, they will be looking at what Onpassive is, and they will be going, who's this Onpassive thing? They send their minions off to go and find out who it is, and they will see what we all are all about. And this is why Ash Mufara has said he is already getting inquiries from many businesses around the globe about wanting to join with us because of this marketing campaign in Dubai that we saw. It is going to restart, and we are going to have more advertising on the Burj Khalifa, and I'm sure we'll be getting updates very shortly about all this.
Of course, Mr. Ash Mufara is genius. Dubai is a big business hub. I have been living in Dubai, so I know about Dubai. So that it was a great idea to start branding from Dubai. So that's great, sir. There are many events are coming in the next coming month. You conducted UK and Ireland event recently. I want to know that how was the event that took place in UK, and you have met with different leaders, especially Comfort and Andy Burks. They both have come in my Zoom for interview, and of course other leaders and founders as well. How was your that day experience, and how things have changed since that event?
Well, as far as the UK and Ireland is concerned, Peter Rogers did so much work behind the scenes to get it organised in the first place. It was a great venue. It went extremely well from our point of view of the organisation. We had around about 200 people turn up, which was fantastic for our very first one. Live events bring a whole new dimension to this business. What we have been doing for 4 years is this, speaking to people online. Having a live event, it brings people more closer together. You get to look at someone in the face, their facial expressions, how they are, how they act, you know, and it is so important that when you are building relationships, especially business relationships, that you need to know who you're working with. With all the best will and intentions in the world, looking at somebody on a camera doesn't build that trust. The only way to build that trust is to actually meet these people in person, to know their quirks and how they react to you and all these sort of things. This is what it is all about. Has it changed me as since the event? Yeah, it makes me want to do more. I really miss not having them, and what we're trying to achieve in the UK and Ireland at the moment is to have more of these. We've already got stuff in place, and to have a lot of more mini meetings, etc. Because I really do believe that one of the best ways of growing any organization is to have in-person meetings as well as virtual meetings. I think you need to have a bit of a mix for it, because people want to trust. They really, really do want to trust what you are saying. But the only way that they can get their best intentions justified to them is to see you live, to shake your hand, to look at your facial expressions. And you can only do that by having a live event. So it was very powerful. It was a great success, and it's something I really want to do more of.
Great, sir. Sir, great. I would like to appreciate the event that was held in UK. I love that event. I feel that it was a very good effort from your side. I would also like to appreciate the leaders over there in the event physically. Most important thing, the leaders who encouraged and motivated the founders there through presentation. It was very good, because the founders who were attending the event there got inspiration and motivation directly from your side. Sir, last question. As we all know, foundership has been closed forever. So what do you see the next phase?
The next phase is we are tidying up the pending founder position. Why? Because it's better to have these pending founder positions paid for rather than lose them forever, which they're going to be very shortly within the next few days. This will then give a true total of the amount of founders. My gut feeling of the next phase is we're going to be selling. We're going to be selling our products. That is going to be the next phase. Whether it is going to be in the structure of just the company, in doing a marketing campaign with a couple of the products, and this is without us having our referral links and all the rest of it. They might well do that for a couple of weeks to test the things that they need to test. But one thing's for sure is the next stage is going to be selling. We have to. The company cannot exist as we are at the moment without us starting to sell. They have a massive, massive bill that they have to pay on a daily basis. And the only way to pay for these things is to start selling our products to the public. So that is what I think will be happening next. In what time scale? Your guess is as good as mine, but we have been given some very good tentative dates as far as the timelines is concerned. It's not for me to say what I think, because it doesn't really make any difference what I do think, because there's only one person who can tell us what the dates are going to be, and that is our CEO. But I do believe that we are getting very, very close to seeing something. We have a webinar on Tuesday, the 2nd of August, and I am pretty sure we will have a lot more information on that date.
We are all waiting for this next step anxiously. Sir, any message for Pakistani founders in last?
Yeah, I certainly have. For a start, the opportunity is there for you. Okay, if you are a founder in Onpassive, everything is there for you to seize to make the success that you want. Is it automated? Is it done for you? Yep, that is exactly right. It is 100% automated, done for you system that you do not have to do anything. Do you want to get to your financial success quicker? If you do, then there is the opportunity for you to grow in Onpassive. If you make a splash, we will see the ripples of that splash and we will drag you along. There is plenty of room at the top for everybody who wants to be there. All you got to do is do the right thing, and that is to work hard, find your lane, and stick with what you are good at, and you will be recognized. That is for sure. Pakistan has got a great opportunity, one of the largest continents in the world, countries in the world, huge population. And when this thing gets going, you guys really do want to run with it, because you're going to have all the proof that you need to show everyone exactly what Onpassive is. I wish you all the success in the world going forward. If you're a founder right now, you're in a very, very lucky situation, and one you should cherish. Stay plugged in. Wasim here is doing a great job of leading you guys. If you've got any questions, obviously go through him first, and then I'm sure he would contact one of us at the top.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, gave me your precious time. I know you have so much busy schedule, but you gave me time. We'll see you in next session. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.